Happy Friday and welcome to our Grace for It Friday. I'm so excited for you tuning in and sharing out this podcast. Thank you for those of you who are watching this on the replay. If you are tuning in for the very first time, welcome. I'm Shantae Williams, ministry leader at Greater Working Women Ministries, and I'm also the owner of Relentless Publishing House. So for this Grace for It Friday, I want to give us this reminder to just be you. Just be you. You don't have to duplicate anybody. You don't have to imitate anybody. If God wanted you to be exactly like somebody else, he would have made you that way. You are uniquely made for a reason. It's one thing to admire somebody. It's another thing to try to be just like them. The reason why you are struggling, the reason why it's not working is because you're not being authentic. You have to love you. You have to know that everything that God has given you is already enough. You don't have to be a carbon copy of anybody. Do it the way that God has instructed you. And I get it. I've done that. That's why I had this total reset in my business because I realized I had to be honest. I was trying to do everything that was in my industry and trying to offer the same services in order to be competitive, in order to feel like, I was meeting up to, their standard. And it was overwhelming. It was overwhelming. And so I had to pull back and say, yeah, I'm not doing that. And it was a big load off my shoulders. And so it works for us when we're authentic. It works for us when we appreciate who we already are. You're perfectly flawed. You're not supposed to be like anybody else. And I see people struggling trying to imitate others and, dress like they dress and talk like they talk and do things the way that they do it because they're trying to get the results that they got. And it's not going to work. Why? Because you're not being authentic and you're not going to be able to keep it up. Right? Good morning, Sheila. You're not going to be able to keep it up. So God made you the way that you are for a reason because he wants you to be that way. It's one thing to better ourselves, to invest in workshops and conferences and classes and education, things of that nature. But it's totally different when you're trying to imitate somebody. Imitation is not flattery. Imitation is revealing that you don't believe in you, that you don't think you are important unless you are like somebody else. And that is a trick of the enemy. That is the lies of this world. We don't need 100 people like me. We don't need 100 people like you. We need us to be us. You are an original. Even if you have an identical twin, you guys are still different. And so I want you to be comfortable being you. Don't spend the rest of this year spinning your wheels trying to do the same thing that you see somebody else is doing, and then you're not getting results and you're frustrated and you're trying to work harder. It's not working because it's not you. Just as David could not put on Saul's armor to fight Goliath, David was like, hold up, I ain't used to wearing all this. What I know is my slingshot and my rocks. And David used what he already had and it worked. Some of us are fearful because we don't think that what we have is going to work. We don't think what we have is going to yield the results that other people have done. We're not them. If David had tried to kill Goliath with Saul's armor, David would have died. He couldn't even walk in it. But when David was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to use what I have and I'm going to slay Goliath. Goliath fell. Now, anybody in their right mind would have said, David, now you can't kill no giant with no slingshot and a rock. But David was so confident in the God that he served and confident in his skill and ability that was given to him by God, that not only did he knock Goliath down, he killed Goliath with his own sword. Come on, somebody. You can't slay giants using other people's gifts. Let me say that one more time because y'all didn't hear me. You cannot slay giants using other people's gifts. You cannot walk in your purpose using other people's gifts. You're not going to be successful trying to imitate what others are doing. I'm not going to say you won't have some success, but it won't be the success that God has assigned for your life. So will we be like David and tell Saul, I thank you, but I'm going to go with what I got? Or are we going to try to conform? Paul told us in Romans, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Change your mindset about how you see you, and you realize what they got is not what you need. Come on, somebody. I want you to just be you. You are enough. You matter. Every gift that God has given you is important, and He wants you to use it in the way that He has instructed you. You're not supposed to be like every other singer. You're not supposed to be like every other minister. You're not supposed to be like every other person that, is serving in community or in politics or in education or whatever you're doing. You're not supposed to be like everybody else. Everybody's gift is not going to be used on a stage and a platform in the limelight. Some people's gifts will be used while nobody sees them. Everybody who sings won't have a recording label, won't have songs that are published and you can download it. Some people are blessed to sing on the cancer ward, to go to St. Jude's Hospital, to sing on the NICU ward. Listen, we have to be comfortable in whatever direction God wants to use our gifts. Just because it's not being used on a platform and stage and lights and on flyers and banners and billboards does not mean that it's not important. The person serving the homeless is just as a person that's leading a mega church. There's no difference. God gifted them to do different things. And so we have to, I'm not saying you, we have to understand and we have to believe what God has created us to do is just fine. Stop believing the hype. Stop being peer pressured into doing what you are not created to do. It's okay to say, yeah, that ain't my lane. Listen, I've got to the point I'd be like, yeah, that ain't my lane, but I can refer you to somebody. That's not me. That's not me. And I want you to walk in that same confidence. God made no mistakes when He created you. He made no mistakes when he gave you the gifts that you have. He made no mistakes in the direction that He has assigned for your life. He made no mistakes. So let us work on getting in alignment so that we can live that abundant life. See, that abundant life is not about accumulating stuff. That abundant life is walking in purpose. It's having peace. It's having joy. It's having confidence. It's knowing that I matter, that the things that God wants me to do, that I can do it and I can do it His way. I can be uniquely and different because I already am. I can be that purple cow. I don't have to be a carbon copy. I'm perfect just the way that I am. Flaws and all. I want you to walk in that. I want you to believe with all of your heart. And I want you to start speaking that over your life. I'm not a carbon copy. I am an original. All right. So let's all work on being just us. All right. Being just us. Being just us. Listen, because that's all that matters, y'all. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. All right, ladies. For those of you who are not in the Grace for It Facebook group, what's your problem? We are doing 30 days of self-care for the month of July. So we got a late start. So we started yesterday. So we going through August the 6th. So 30 days of self-care. Join the Facebook group so that you can create a habit, right? We're creating a habit of taking care of us. As women, a lot of times we're so busy and overwhelmed with making sure everybody else is good, and we neglect us. And that's not healthy. That's not God's way. Okay, so we have to relearn how to love us, and then we have to reteach others how to respect how we love us. All right, because people love you the way that you allow them to, the way that you teach them to. All right, so we just got to do some reteaching and some relearning. So I invite you to join the Facebook group. Just search for it, Grace for It, so that you can join in, and then there's a calendar that you can keep up with so that you can notate the things that you are doing for self-care. So for me, my self-care is 30 minutes of coloring. 30 minutes of coloring at the end of my day. It doesn't take much thought. It gives my mind time to slow down and to reset and to just transition from, the busyness of life. All right. And also, ladies, don't forget to register for our women's conference, which is Grace for It, which is going to be Saturday, October the 15th in Columbia, South Carolina. Tickets are $67. And our theme is uncommon faith. All right. Uncommon faith. So definitely want to invite you to join us. It is going to be absolutely amazing. And then for all of our authors and businesses, I'm hosting the Relentless Book Fair on Saturday, November the 5th at the Columbia Metropolitan Convention Center. I want to see you in the place. This event is free and open to the public. Tag authors, tag businesses, and let them know, hey, you need to register for this event. Early bird booth pricing expires August the 1st. Afterpay is available. This event is great for networking, for showcasing your product and services, for making lasting connection, and it's just visibility and exposure to people you normally would not have access to. So I want you to join us Saturday at the book fair. It is going to be amazing. We have a limited number of business booths available, and I think there is 16 left. I think there's 16 left for our business booth. So you do not want to delay. Again, Afterpay is available, which gives you 4 installments. All right. But listen, y'all, just be you. Just be you. All right. So let's make a commitment that from this day forth, I'm going to enjoy who I am. And if I see things that I need to change or that I can make better, then I'm going to make that investment. I'm going to work on me. But what I'm not going to do is be a carbon copy. Originals were never meant to be a carbon copy. All right. So love you enough to walk in your own purpose, using your own gifts the way that God instructs you. You're not supposed to do it like everybody else. All right. With that being said, listen, remember everything that God allows to come our way, He has already graced us for. So let's make it a greater working day on purpose. Have an amazing weekend, just being you. All right, you guys, until next time, I love you. I appreciate you. Have a good one. Bye-bye.